So Behemoth released a song called The Shit of God. So I have not listened to Behemoth for a very long time. I think the last time I caught up with them was maybe in 2017 or 2018. I think it was around the O Father, O Satan, O Son era, and I actually liked it. I thought they were a good band. Silence on set. But after that, I just never follow them. I never keep up with them until I heard that they released a new song, and I got interested to listen to it because I heard of the news that there were Christians who flooded the Instagram of this band and commented Christ is King because Impending Doom, a Christian band, just released a song called Christ is King. And so that's how I heard that Behemoth has a new song. And so for context, I am a Christian, and if you're a Behemoth fan and you just think that, oh, this video is just her gonna be, spewing her religious nonsense and she's gonna be hating on the band. No, but I do have some things to say, and I am actually quite interested to listen to the song because I used to be a bit like Behemoth, and we'll get into that later. I haven't listened to the song yet, but based on the comments, I've read the comments and I can see that some people don't really like it. Proud fan, but I need to accept that poetic brutality of demigod or evangelion is just a nice memory. Sounds like black metal for people who don't like black metal. The next album, The Diarrhea of an Edgy 50-year-old Teenager, is gonna be great.
Eat my flesh, drink my blood. I am the shit of God.
Okay. By the way, why is it that, I don't know if this is a Polish thing, maybe someone can just tell me, but why is it of God? Is it a stylistic thing or is it actually like a Polish thing? I actually want to know. So yeah. They're shooting in a checkerboard floor. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's like a Freemason thing, right? Okay. I like the choir in the background, but what is this Hebrew or Greek or no, it's not Greek, right? Is it Hebrew? I like it so far. Actually, the intro. I really respect Nurgle's. It's Nurgle, right? The frontman. His enunciation. I don't know how to say it, but his screaming is very clear. I can hear the words he's saying. I like it. I have a thing for guitars that make when they do that chugging sound, that really loud one. I actually like it when bands do that in songs. It's something I like.
We are the shit of God. We are the shit of God.
Again, I like the choir. I like when bands incorporate choir into the metal.
If you are great, then I am the best. You ain't there on slack. Accept no defeat. They say you're almighty.
It's very catchy.
You step up in it and I reign in hell.
I don't remember black metal something. Is this still black metal? Because I think black metal I mean the one I used to listen to anyway, used to be kind of more different, like a bit more repetitive, I think. Is this still black metal, or have they fusion with another genre. I don't know, but this is honestly just sounding like, maybe I just haven't listened to black metal a long time, but this could be like any other band to me. I think I kind of get the comments, like I think the music is good. Like honestly, I think it's good. It's something that I would listen to be honest. It's kind of catchy also. I wouldn't say it's something so like whoa, like I think it's quite a standard metal song, but it's something enjoyable. But I do think that the lyrics, I understand if people say the lyrics are cringe. Oh, what is that? See, like, it's enjoyable, you know? You know? It gets stuck in your head. Music video, very nice. See, I got it. That part is very, very catchy.
We are the Spirit of God.
I think so far musically it's actually nice, and I think the whole voice thing was cool. I'm trying not to sing along, but it's actually very catchy. Sing along. I love it. I actually do. Okay. If I'm being so honest, I like the song. Like I said, I don't think it's like something whoa, like so. I don't think they experimented that much. It's not like very experimental. Like I think it's like a standard song that you would enjoy. But actually, I would say I love it. Like I would actually listen to it if it wasn't satanic. Yeah, it's not something so unexpected. But yeah, I like the ending. I like that bridge that thing they did with the voice. I don't know whose voice that was or what they were saying. But I think overall, musically, I think it's nice. But if you're a long time Behemoth fan, then maybe you can judge it better. Maybe they used to be better. I don't know. But for me, someone who listened to Behemoth like many years ago, I think that was actually good. I actually like that. I like the guitar work. I think the drum was like. I think part of what makes it so catchy is because it had like a steady beat all throughout. They didn't do anything crazy, like I said in the song. I don't think they did something like so out of the box. But overall it was catchy, I think, and it was easy to follow, and it's something that I would actually listen to. I think there's no doubt that Behemoth is actually talented. Like, they are actually talented. Oh, also the music video is very nice. Like, I think the imagery, all of that, like, yeah, production design, I think whoever did the video is doing a good job on it, and the editing and the color and just the whole concept of it. I think the video is also very nice, and I think Behemoth is kind of good with their visuals. Like last time, the music videos I used to see are good as well. Like, they know what they're doing in terms of like, yeah, they want to be like satanic and like edgy and like the whole gimmick. They do it well, I think. So I'm reading the lyrics and I'm really trying to understand it, but honestly, it is Behemoth is actually a satanic band, right? They're not pretending, because like I think last time also I saw like interview, like Nergal used to say that he has Satan flowing through him and through his music, so they are like actually legit Satanists, right? So anyway, let's go to the lyrics. So the intro, the first lyrics is, "Eat my flesh, drink my blood, I am the shit of God." Now I know that's a reference to the communion, to the Last Supper, to Jesus telling his disciples to eat this bread which represents his flesh and drink this wine which represents his blood as a remembrance of him. I am the shit of God. I don't really understand. Trying to understand, is he saying that we are the shit of God? This is very weird for me to say this word, but I'm just so lazy to like spell it out, okay? Or is Jesus the of God? Anyway, verse 1. "If you are the sun, I am Vanta Black. You're the light of the world, I thrive in the dark. You brighten the north, I reach down south. This heretic's homily I offer thee now." I have to Google, what is Vanta Black? Vanta Black is a class of super black coatings with total what? Oh, it's the world's blackest black. I have seen this. Okay, so he's saying that, okay, if God is the sun, then he is the blackest black. Okay, it's just making this comparison. Okay, I get it now. Now the chorus is, "I for ingrate, E to eradicate, S for the scorn, U for useless, S for the shame, J for joyless, H to humiliate, S for thy son unloved, we are the shit of God." I'm genuinely trying to understand what he's doing here. He's saying that we are unloved and we're just nothing to God. That's actually what I get from the song. Like, he's just saying that God doesn't love us, you know, we are just his poop, basically. If someone can correct me on that, because that is what I'm getting from the song. Verse 2, "If you are prey, that I am the beast." Who is the prey though? Like, is it God, or is it, "You wave a white flag, I accept no defeat. They say you are..." Okay, he's talking about God. "They say you're almighty, an illusion I quell. You serve up in Eden, I reign in hell." The rest of the lyrics, he's just making this comparison between like, okay, you are the light, I'm the dark. You are the this, I'm the that. It's just opposite. I am the opposite of God. Okay, honestly, I get it. There's nothing much poetic here. Okay, so I know as Christians, if Christians watching this, right, and you listen to this kind of song, I know it's easy for us to just say like, oh, this is satanic, and just stay away from it and all that. But as me growing up as someone who listens to heavy metal, and I've been like, this is nothing new. This is just the tip of the surface, right? The tip of the iceberg. Like, you know, this is nothing new. Okay, any bands that do this kind of song and think that it is so revolutionary and so never done before. It's been done how many times? How many times have we seen bands make fun of God? Not even like in metal, but in like, you know, Hollywood and all that. How many times have we seen God being mocked, right? And for some reason, it's always the Christian God. Like Behemoth. Like, if you want to be against God, why not against all gods, you know? I mean, that's a legit question I'm asking. I mean, I know the answer is because the Bible says Jesus is the one true God and the world hates him. No, I'm just asking, like, if you're so against God, why not also attack, I don't know, all the Hindu gods, the Muslim God? They just have something against the Christian God, right? And you know, growing up in this culture where I always saw this is nothing new, right? I think that is what made me more sympathetic to them. Like, I don't just like listen to it and be like, oh, satanic band, stay away, you know. Like, these people are lost. And that's the thing, right? If you're a Christian, you also know what I mean. Like, they are just lost. They don't know what they're doing. It does make me sad because this is a very talented band. I actually really think Nergal's vocals are good, and the whole band as a whole, like music. And I've seen interviews. I used to watch interviews of, not really of the whole band, but Nergal in interviews. He seems like such a very nice guy. Like, he seems like such a chill guy. I feel like I want to talk to him, you know? He's so cool, and I actually think, like, outside of this whole gimmick thing, he is actually a nice guy. Whether or not he worships Satan or not, I actually think he would be such a cool guy. And I just think it's so sad. You could be using your gifts for so much more. Why do you just dedicate your whole career to fight against this God that you don't even know what you are doing against? See, and that's the thing. Like, when I was younger, I got sucked into this kind of mentality. When I was a teenager, and I got into this kind of mentality from metalheads online. I'm not saying the whole metal community is satanic, but there's a lot of it online that, they think they're so edgy, and, there are bands like this who think they're so edgy, and so going against the system, doing something new, going against God, even though it's been done like hundreds of times, like mocking God. And, I got into that mentality when I was younger, and I thought, religion's stupid, Christianity is stupid. Like, it's so much cooler to follow Satan. It's so much cooler to do this other thing and just go against the system. But realistically, you're not actually going against the system. Like, the whole world is doing this, right? You just think you're special, but actually you're not. The people who are actually going against the system are the people who are following God, believe it or not. So, I also got into this whole mentality of like, religion is stupid, why can't we just sin and be free and just be free, like, why do we have to obey a God? And that is because I did not understand the gospel back then. But I did get into that mentality, and I used to be so like edgy. I wanted to like I drew upside down crosses everywhere. I drew 666 everywhere. My friends knew. I was like, ugh. And I know there's one right there, but later I'll go into explain why I still love the upside down cross. Now that I am a Christian and I follow God, I made that decision around 5 years ago, and I look back, I was blind. And that's why I see myself in Behemoth. Maybe I'm not to this extent. Maybe I'm not to the extent of, making this kind of music video, this kind of song. But I was them. I was also fighting against something that I did not know. And that's the thing. People in this world, people in Hollywood, celebrities, musicians, all those who mock God, they don't know what they are doing. They genuinely do not know. They think they're doing something great. But if you think about it, like, they are fighting against this force. Like, if you don't want to believe in it, I get it. But still, don't you think it's very scary to fight against something that you don't know? Like, what if there is actually a God, and this God can literally just kill you right now, right? They want to fight against that. And so that to me, like, as much as I don't understand it, and I want to be like, y'all are crazy for this, I actually understand it because I was there once. People like this think that they are smart. They think that they are special, and you don't need to follow God, that there is no God or whatever. But really, is anything that he is saying in this song based on facts? Is it based on historical evidence? Is it based on reliable facts? Now, is Christianity based on facts? Absolutely, 100%. Historical evidence, right? Manuscripts. I mean, that's why we have the Bible, this thing, right? This is not a fictional thing, no matter what people claim. People will claim, anyone who claims that this is just a fairy tale, that this is fictional, this is just a stupid storybook, they have not done their research into what this actually is. But what is in this song, is that factual? Is that based on historical evidence? No! That is just someone expressing his beliefs that have not been proven. It's the same thing as when people say, I believe that all gods lead to heaven. I believe that all religions lead to the same place. What is that but just a belief? It's a nice thing to believe. I also want to believe in that. I want to believe that all religions lead to heaven. I want to believe that all gods lead to the same place. But is that based on facts? No evidence for that. And so we as humans, this is a natural thing. Like, we just want to take the way out. Like, I just don't want to believe that there is a God, or I just don't want to believe that I should go to heaven because I don't want to follow Jesus, because I want to do my own thing. I want to live in sin. Right? Because that's the easier thing to do. What is the harder thing to do? The harder thing is to admit, and this is something that Behemoth won't do. The harder thing is to admit that this has a lot of facts and historical evidence behind it, and it is undeniable, and this is truth. This is absolute truth. This is not a subjective truth. You know how some people say like, my truth, your truth? No, this is just truth, right? The harder thing to do, which is something I had to learn also years ago, is to admit that this is true. And once you do, that will set you free. And that is the real freedom that doesn't come from sin. Because if it was real freedom, what they got, they wouldn't still spend their whole career trying to prove this thing that doesn't exist. Prove this thing that is not true. And also another thing that I don't understand is, in metal it's very normalized, like all the Satan stuff, like, and it's like cool, right? Because it's like, no, it's normal and it's cool, and like everyone does it. But like literally, why are you using Satan as like your role model? Like, I don't know why. Like, don't associate yourself with him. Like, he's known to be evil. Like, why do they want to be associated with evil, you know? And you know, they play around with this idea like, I reign in hell. It's very sad that the world makes fun of this idea of hell, even though it's very, very described in the Bible very graphically what hell is. People still willingly want to go there, right? Just because they don't want to accept that this is truth, that God is truth, and we are to die to ourselves and follow him. We don't want to admit that we are wrong. We want to continue in our ways on this short life on earth, and they think hell is going to be fun. Now, am I surprised that there are still bands that do stuff like this? No. Okay, the Bible is very clear that few people find the narrow gate that leads to life, and many people find the wide gate that leads to death. And I am very, very glad that I found the narrow gate and God saved me. But you know what that takes? Repentance. Again, something we learn from God, something we learn from the Bible. You cannot come to God and just think that you are right, right? If not, in that case, you don't need God. You know, repentance and admitting that you are wrong, and then coming before God with that humility is something that takes effort. It takes realizing that this is truth, and realizing, you know, that God loved us so much that he sent his son and he made a way for us even though we didn't deserve it, because this relationship between us and God was broken, you know, and it needed someone to bridge that gap. And that is recorded, right? It is recorded about God's love for us. We did not deserve his love, we did not deserve mercy, we did not deserve life, but he made a way. Is that recorded? Yes. This is how many thousands years old already. God so loved the world, that most famous verse, John 3:16. Is there proof of that? Yeah. Is there proof that we are the shit of God? No. This is nothing but a belief. It's something that is easy to believe. It's so much easier to believe and to say that, oh, we are the shit of God and God doesn't love us. So because of that, I'm just gonna continue my sinful life and I'm not gonna come to God. It is so much easier to believe that there is no God, because then I just want to continue with my life because there's no consequences. There's so much easier to believe that many gods lead to, every religion leads to heaven, and so I don't want to believe, you know, there's no point in trying to find the right God because I just want to continue in my life, and I don't want to admit that there is an absolute truth that was proven since how many thousand years ago. It's so much easier to do that, right? The hard thing is to accept that there's an absolute truth. And so that's why I'm saying, like, people who do stuff like this, they are not as edgy as they think. They are not as smart as they think. They're not working hard to find the truth. They are just staying stuck in their own beliefs. And what is a belief if not just a belief? It's not based on facts, right? We are the shit of God. That's not based on that's something that came out of Nergal's head, right? That's not a fact. Again, to fight against something that you don't know. Behemoth doesn't know the power of God. Maybe they do, they just don't want to admit it. But don't mess with that. You know? Like, whether or not you believe that there is a God or not, I mean, the fact that there could be this all-powerful being out there, I don't want to mess with that. Eat my flesh, drink my blood. Mocking God, mocking his sacrifice, mocking the Last Supper. Something that was proven that happened, right? Really happened. And if it didn't happen, then they wouldn't have this song, right? So, like, I mean, the fact that the whole world makes fun of it, makes fun of these historical events that happen, I think to me even more proves that it is truth, because they are fighting it. I mean, if it's false, why would they fight against it so much? That's why I'm asking, like, why not another God? You know, Behemoth, like, I challenge you. Why not, I don't know, Allah? They're not gonna do that. Where do you see that in Hollywood? They're not gonna do that. Where do you see that in music? They're not gonna do that. And doesn't that make you think which one is the right one? Because if something was a lie, why are they fighting so much against it? Behemoth, what did God ever do to you that makes you fight against him so much in this way for so many years, for your career? But what did Satan ever give to you? I mean, I guess, I don't know, he still has power, he still can give you stuff, but like, what does he deserve? You know, like I said, Satan is known to be evil, he's known to be the father of lies. He's not the best role model. What did he deserve? Why do people praise him so much? You know, doesn't that show you how perverted this world is? And so doesn't that show you that the Bible is true, because it was already written in prophecy in the Bible that the world will hate Jesus. The world will hate the people who follow Jesus. Doesn't that even more prove that it is true, that the Bible is true? Because what the Bible said again about it is true. Actually happening. People are actually making fun of Jesus. People are mocking Jesus. I think that's it. I'm not gonna like deep dive into the lyrics that much, because I don't think there's much to dive into. The lyrics is very simple. I don't think it's not profound. That's what I'm saying. It's really not profound. We've heard this stuff thousands of times over again. People wanna associate themselves with the darkness because it's the cool thing. Like I said, I was there too, alright? And I cringe when I look back. Like, what was I doing? Again, it's that ego, it's that human pride. I don't want to admit that I'm wrong. I don't want to admit that I was created by God and I'm meant to worship Him, and that is where the true freedom is. But again, it's not surprising, not many people will find the narrow gate, but I hope Behemoth does, and I hope everyone does. And so, cool song, I actually really like it, musically. And I'm sure outside of this, they're actually like nice guys. And like I said, I've seen interviews of Nurgle. I think he's cool, I think he's talented, I think the whole band is talented. I feel them because I was once lost too. Like, I was also blind once and I didn't know what I was doing. I was the person who put Jesus on the cross, right? And I didn't know what I was doing. But Jesus still said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. Oh, I forgot. I told you I would tell you about upside down. Why I still love that. Like I said, I used to draw that everywhere. But now I love the upside down cross because it originated from Saint Peter's cross, right? The apostle who was crucified upside down because he did not feel himself worthy to be crucified in the same manner as Jesus. So now I still love it, like I did when I was younger. I've always been like attracted to it, but now it's because of the meaning of humility. And it just reminds me of, transformation of even the least of us will be the great, like Jesus said. And you see Saint Peter, he was a fisherman, but he was chosen to be, the leader of the 12 disciples and the rock of the church. And to me, that just symbolizes a lot of good things now. And I don't use it in the same manner that I did last time, which was the other way. And I would never go back to that life. I would never go back. And so I don't hate Behemoth, I really don't. I feel sorry for them. And I feel sorry for any band that does this, that spends their career just fighting God. And I believe in a religion that is based on evidence. On historical evidence, not feelings. Facts. This is feelings. This is facts. Undeniable facts. No, I wish Behemoth to come to the truth too. I mean, I don't believe that anyone is too far from the truth, right? I mean, like Saul used to persecute. Saul was Behemoth, right? Persecuting Christians, persecuting God. You see what God did with him? Became the Apostle Paul. Yeah, pray for Behemoth, help, so that they will find truth and find God. But then again, that's their own decision. People will reject God. They do. That is their choice. Sadly, at the end, they will realize their choice was the wrong one. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to make this video. I used to make a lot of reaction videos, so like this is kind of like, wow, I kind of miss this. But yeah, cool song. God bless Behemoth. Honestly, Christians, don't send hate to them. Obviously, okay, let's respond in love. But the whole thing about the Christ is King, that thing that happened, it was so cool. And let's pray for them. May they seek God. Seek and you will find. If you are sincerely seeking for it, you will find. I have experienced it. And God bless you. If you want to follow me, I also make music. You can follow me on Spotify, on Destiny. Wow, shameless. God bless all of you. God bless Behemoth as well. And yes, the Lord bless you and keep you. Bye.